let's go. Get in here. Get in here right now. Get in here. Hey, we got 30 minutes for the rest of our lives. 30 minutes for the rest of our lives. That's our bad on first down. It ain't happening. We get the ball. I promise you one thing. We're going to hit somebody and we're taking downfield for a touchdown. I guarantee you that.
Guaranteed.
Look at me. Look at me.
Let's go.
We got 30 minutes.
Let's go.
For the rest of our lives. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey. Put your heart on the back.
Hey, we got it. Let's go.
And welcome everybody to another episode of DC Sports Daily. This is your host, Corey Thesson. We might have had a split second of silence in there. I'm not really sure. Jack kind of panicked. But I am alongside Jack Maestri for another quality episode.
I was about to forget to unmute our mics, so you were going to do the intro, but nobody would have heard you. And honestly,
nobody hears me anyway.
If you had started talking, I probably would have forgotten to unmute it, and we would have done an entire episode of us just muted.
That's probably going to end up happening at some point, but really it doesn't matter if I was muted because we have such a great following base that they wouldn't really care. Also, by the way, you can follow us at DC Sports Daily on Twitter.
It's DC Sports _Daily.
Before we start talking sports, I would like to talk about the wonderful Punisher series that is coming out.
Well, no,
I was convinced.
Stop it.
Here's what happened. Here's where we go.
I'm furious.
Jack's not furious about this.
He's going to spin this. He's going to spin this. He's spinning it right now.
This is how it went. So I didn't really think that the Punisher had an entire series to himself.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I go, the Punisher's, they've announced the Punisher series on Netflix. And he goes, the Punisher already had an entire series. I go, no. That was Daredevil Season 2. And he goes,
There were entire episodes of just the Punisher.
No, there weren't. There were no episodes
Honestly,
where it was just the Punisher.
I couldn't tell you. I don't really completely remember Daredevil Season 2.
No,
it was a great series. Dude, they all mashed together.
All the Netflix Marvel series blend together. But
you
can't think that the Punisher's already had his own show.
The only thing I remember from the Punisher was him killing everybody in the entire jail. And then going into his old house and killing a bunch of people there. And I've just, kind of assumed that he had an entire series. But apparently he has a series that is coming out at who knows what date. I don't know why they're trying to do a surprise release on it, because that trailer was dope.
If anybody heard anything funky just now, you might not have.
But I have no idea what just happened, and it threw me way off.
Okay, hold on. What did you just see happen?
Well, I heard 3 vibrations. I didn't see anything else happen.
Yeah. No, Drew just tried to FaceTime me, so it's very strange for Drew to try to FaceTime me. Drew Gibbons, we're all familiar with who he is.
He's not FaceTiming you right now.
No, but he just tried to.
It was 3 rings. That means he didn't try. He accidentally hit the button. It's Wednesday night. He's probably out having a good time.
No, he's not.
Great. You're FaceTiming him back.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you're on DC Sports Daily.
Hello, everyone.
What up, Drew?
Where's Corey?
He's right there.
Hey, buddy.
You're on the show, man. What do you have to say?
First things first, I wanted to discuss work, but I guess that can wait.
Yeah, no, you literally FaceTimed me in the middle of a live recording.
Okay, well then good. I mean, this is gold material. I'm the talented one, so this is perfect.
Yeah, so go ahead. Be gold. Be gold, pony boy.
No, okay. Stay golden, but no pressure, right?
Drew. We're
Yes.
we're currently talking about the Punisher. The Punisher. You have a take on that?
The Netflix thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many Punisher series have there been?
The movie with John Travolta.
Great movie.
The one, the one that the other Netflix show where the guy's kind of in it.
Yeah, but it's not.
Damn
Yeah,
it,
it's the
kind of
Daredevil.
in it.
It's Daredevil season 2.
Maybe 3.
Yeah. Okay, good answer. Good answer. I love it. Okay. The audio quality isn't great right now, so I'm going to hang up on you, and I'll call you after we finish recording to talk about work.
You guys are American. Okay.
We are American.
God bless America. God
All right,
bless.
that was a nice
Have a
little
good
call-in.
night. We are
Yeah.
done.
Nice little call-in from Drew Gibbons. Okay. Anyway, that gets us onto our DC sports topics.
No, Jack was completely wrong. I didn't spin that at all. I was right from the get-go.
No, he was spinning it. Don't get me back on this because you will finish in the dirt, 6 feet under, covered in dolphins.
In Dolphins?
Oh no, Gio gave up a bomb.
It's okay. We're clinched. We're going in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I
Bryce
got money.
Harper will be healthy.
Stop it! I got money on this. That was Kurt Suzuki. Kurt Suzuki just took him deep.
Yeah. A post waiver wire deal for the Nats back in the day.
Okay, all right.
Speaking of that, I know we wanted to talk about a certain situation or tweet by Terrell Pryor, but Nats. Bryce Harper played another.
Dude, he's gonna be back.
He's fine.
Like tomorrow.
2, we signed a big-time scout from the Diamondbacks, who was originally, I think, with Mike Rizzo there. Apparently, he was a former AL Cy Young, whatever. I don't really know him. Don't have a clue, but apparently it's a huge signing, and he's now Mike Rizzo's assistant. So, the more scouts, the merrier.
I don't care.
Okay. We got a good farm system, and I would like to continue to grow it.
Blah blah blah.
Cool. I'm glad we covered that.
Yep, we agree.
Cool. So the
Can we
Nats,
move on to your tweet?
My tweet. Yes, I quoted Terrell Pryor, which I'm sure all DC sports fans saw. Well, actually, there was a lot happening on Twitter yesterday.
Dude, Twitter has been the last couple of
Redskins?
days. Twitter's been going off.
Yeah.
With the Redskins.
We'll get to the second part of that. But the first part, Terrell Pryor tweeted Cody Davis and said, "Hey, bro, whatever, don't hit low next time. It was completely clean." And I said, "No, whoa. I don't know my exact tweet. I know I spelled a word wrong. I'm guessing it was autocorrect. I know how to freaking spell waste.
No.
I know how to spell waste."
It was not autocorrect.
So I said, a hit below the waist, whatever. Anything above the waist is a
You
penalty.
said anything above the waist, WASTE. That's how you spell
And I
it.
know how to spell
Yeah,
waste.
is a penalty. I'm not shitting on you.
Yeah, you were trying
I'm
to.
not trying to dig on you.
Yeah.
I'm not. Did I publicly go after you for that?
Yeah. You
No,
are now.
I texted you about it. Now I am because you brought it up. I wasn't even going to bring up the misspelling. No, but what I disagree with you about for that tweet is no, everything above the waist is not a penalty. In fact, it is encouraged to hit people in between the knees and the chest, which includes a very generous area above the waist. I don't understand how hitting somebody in the torso would be construed as a penalty. It was an unnecessary hit. You don't...
How is it
No,
unnecessary? There was only one way to hit him.
No. There are many ways to take him down. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, if somebody's making a tackle that is not headhunting, you can't really complain. This is more on a person-to-person basis of, hey, man, look.
I have never seen a player come out and tweet another player saying, "Don't hit me like that."
Dude, this has been a long time thing happening here over the recent years, as the NFL has told people that they can't hit high. Receivers and running backs have been on a mission to try to say, well, excuse me, does that mean everybody's going to be going for our knees? Because we're not okay with that. How many career-ending injuries happen because of hits to the head? Not as many.
Just post playing, their head injuries become a factor.
But in a certain percentage of players. Okay. How many young careers, how many people who have committed their entire lives to a game lose their chance at a real legitimate career in football because they tear their ACL and they're never the same. Players would rather get destroyed helmet to helmet than have somebody torpedo their knee with a helmet to knee. I guarantee you survey 100 NFL wide receivers, I'd say 90% of them would rather take a helmet to the head than a helmet to the knee. You have no protection there. You ask my brother, Nick. Nick lived in some very rough parts of town. He had to protect himself from being mugged. So he had to learn a little bit of fighting. And guess what he shared with me? I was probably too young for him to share this with me. Who knows? Never too young. But he shared with me, Jack, do you know what the easiest way is to beat somebody in a fight? You kick somebody's knee in from the outside in, just breaks their knee. The knees are, as you know, obviously very fragile and very long-term lasting injuries when they happen.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, as Terrell Pryor's, he's an athletic freak. He relies on his speed. He relies on his legs. He relies on his knees. He probably doesn't appreciate it when somebody could just waist tackle him, form tackle him, if somebody's torpedoing his knees. That's all that I'm saying. Maybe the tweet wasn't necessary, but still, I mean, if somebody feels like somebody's going after their longevity in the league, I'm not going to fault them for that. Hits to the knees are more dangerous than hits to the head, in my opinion.
Cody Davis was not intentionally going after a career-ending knee injury by hitting him how he did.
Watch the play. He didn't need to put his head. He didn't wrap up his legs. It was helmet to knee.
Yeah, because they're taught to do that now.
No. You are not taught to put your helmet on the guy's knee. You are taught to get your head across the guy's waist, wrap up, accelerate through.
From a secondary member standpoint.
You do not put your knee. You don't put your helmet on a guy's knee. You don't put your head down. It's an illegal tackling form, by the way. Using the crown of the helmet, you can't use that on any part of an offensive player's body, and he did on Terrell Pryor's knee.
The guy has one job as a secondary member, and it's to do everything he can to stop the receiver from continuing his path. And it was a completely clean hit.
It's not a clean hit.
It is. Even Terrell Pryor said it in his tweet that it's a clean hit. That's 100%.
I'm telling you it's not a clean hit. I'm telling you, if a defender, by definition, if a defender uses the crown of his helmet and launches himself at an offensive player, that is not a clean hit. It doesn't matter where the contact is made. It is a dangerous hit that can end somebody's career, in my opinion. You are entitled to your opinion. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that I'm right.
Fair enough. And that's where we'll leave it at.
Can we move on to Santana Moss and RG3?
Absurd. RG3, you know what? We finally have a win. We finally have something to talk about in the Redskins media that, hey, maybe we have something to build off of. And RG3's dickhead attitude, ego, whatever, needs to come out after Santana Moss is on Chad Dukes versus the World, I believe. I think that's where their interview was.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Santana's on there every Monday or Tuesday, whatever
Santana
day it was,
Moss is
from 5 to 6. Like, that's just his spot.
Awesome to listen to.
Yeah, he is.
So he came out and said when Mike Shanahan got fired, RG3 was gloating about it and something along those lines.
He basically said RG3 was happy when Shanahan got fired, and he was open about how happy he was.
Which makes zero sense to me because I think Shanahan was an RG3 guy at the start of his career.
Well, no, I take the opposite. I mean, I think RG3 was happy when Shanahan got fired because Shanahan didn't want RG3. But I don't understand why it's a bad thing to be happy. I mean, literally, RG3 said in his tweets...
I don't think it's a bad thing.
He had this long stream of tweets, and he said, like, yeah, I was stuck in a situation where a coach didn't want me, like, and blah, 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 blah. But then he still, like, okay, you were in a situation where a coach didn't want you. That's not cool. Like, that's, I feel, okay, I feel bad for you.